Nicholas Zarrillo here, director of a Real Life Underdog Story. Doing some heavy bag work here. I'm going to do some commentating for you, let you know what's going on. So I'm starting off with the jab at not a full speed jab, just more of a pawing jab, just to start getting the distance in. Notice how as I'm pawing with the jab, I move my head back out of range. Circle, keep moving your head. Now remember, when you're doing a heavy bag session, what I like to do is I like to treat it as if it were a real fight. I know the bag doesn't hit back. I know everybody uses that same lame joke, but guess what? Just pretend that it does. All right? Just visualize. Visualize the attack. That's what championship fighters do. They visualize. That's why they're so good, because they visualize. So really try to envision what's going on in front of you. See how I constantly use the feints, the lead straights. Really try to mix it up. Remember, the more confusing that you can be, the more confused that your opponent will be. You see how I do the stance switch? I like to incorporate this small step back a lot to try to lead the opponent into the left hook. See the constant feints? I like to do the sort of head fake forward, like that, right there. Because basically when you get in that low crouching position, it resembles when you're throwing a punch. So you're confusing them, and then you can actually do the same feint but throw a punch off of the same stance. And one of my biggest strengths is incorporating lateral movement and then throwing the punch off of the movement. I like to think of it as being able to shoot the basketball off the dribble. You know, a lot of people can shoot the basketball standing in one spot, but are you good shooting off the dribble? So that's what I like to think of that as. When you're doing a lateral movement, and then you throw the quick punch off the dribble, so to speak. See, that move right there is I'm looking to draw them in and land the left hook from outside of their field of view. That's why the left hand keeps going out. See that feint to the body and then throw the straight. Really try to throw some feints before throwing a punch. See, a lot of people, they'll just walk up and then throw a punch. Like, you really want to try to confuse the opponent, because if you just walk straight in, you're going to get hit. Right? You want to work on some inside work too, some close-up work. Always go back on your jab. Jab is the most important punch in boxing, so make sure your jab is strong, fast, tricky, comes from all angles. Work off the jab. Don't be afraid to dig in on that heavy bag, alright? Jab to the body, then go upstairs. Trick him. Trick that heavy bag. Go to the body a couple times. Body, switch, boom. Come in with the big over the top. Switch stance, right? Right. Back on the jab. Always back on the jab. See how that feint step I do, where I step to the outside of the bag? Boom, 1-2 up the middle. Boom. Throw that overhand. Lead him in. Boom. Really work that straight left hand. Double hook, body to the head, back on the jab. Change the speeds up. See how I throw that jab on the step back? That's something you'll never see at the gym. You'll never see something like that. Boom. Jab on the way out. Jab is a defense as well. Defensive move. So you can put both hands up too. Throw the punches off the high guard. Always back on the jab though. Stance switch. Double jab. Say hello to someone. Boom, to the body, back to the jab, high guard. So you want to switch your guard up too. That's also something that confuses your opponent. You're constantly changing. You're hard to read. That's it. Real life underdog story.